Welcome to the Business of Pleasure, where we're putting the fun in funds and the sexy in success. Brought to you by Bedroom Kandi Boutique Parties. This podcast is your one-stop shop for empowering education, earning potential, and unforgettable wow moments. I am your host, your sexologist, Bestie Cash, and I invite you to join us as we dive into the sophisticated discussions about pleasure, self-care, and everything in between. Yes, baby, the bathroom, the bedroom, and beyond. So speaking of the bags and giving you your flowers, I would like a little permission to talk to Mistress Angel for a moment. Do I have your permission, Mistress?
That's a whole mood.
Switch character real quick. You didn't just start, form a sexy brand with Bedroom Kandi. Mm-hmm. You actually have been known to be quite the blueprint for sexy experiences, period. Right?
Yes.
Time and time again. But one of the most known being the Dungeon.
Yes.
Right? So for those who aren't familiar, and the Dungeon show is like a burlesque dungeon themed variety show, right? Of a lot of experiences, games, performances. It was very sexy every single time.
And different.
Very much so. Very much so. I would love if you could pick some of your favorite moments from the Dungeon experience. What would you pick as your top 3 Dungeon moments ever?
Oh my God.
I was at a couple
see,
of
now
those cities.
what happens in the dungeon is supposed to stay in the dungeon, to be clear. But I guess I will, we won't have to say anybody's name, so
okay.
We'll be fine. Okay, I got multiple favorite moments. Okay, I know the first time we ever did the dungeon experience in Atlanta, I think probably was one of my favorites because we did it in a smaller venue.
Right.
But we had experiences from the time you came in the door.
It was going to be.
So we had adult
check their phones and stuff too, right?
Yeah, we made people check their phones because we had some people that were doing the illusion of sex.
Oh.
In the front. They weren't actually having sex in the hallway, but it'll be like, say for instance, in this square box or over this area, it's, a man and woman doing
like touching kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, or grinding or something. Then on this side, you may see 3 people doing something together. That side is another person. We had a naked woman on a table with like fruit
all over
desserts
her.
all over her.
Like a charcuterie, what do you call it, charcuterie
Yeah,
board?
so when people came in, they could take a sample, not of her, but just
off of the.
Yeah, they could just pick it up off her. It was one person that was doing had the whip and the flogger.
Okay.
And they were flogging people in some, you can come up and you can try to flog
and see
somebody.
How it feels.
It was just all these like super erotic experiences that you would be like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just walked
came in here.
Now, mind you, nobody was completely nude. They would have on either like lace or something. So it wasn't to the point of where you could say it was like porn.
It reminds me of like Cinemax. I call it like Cinemax, where they would have certain things, but they would always conceal you from seeing.
Yeah,
but enough to get the picture.
Enough to get the picture, yes. And but this was all happening while people were just going up to get drinks at the front. Oh. Okay. And then when you came through the big doors was, where the stage was. And obviously the show itself, we have games. It's a very inclusive show. And I think that the thing that I noticed about it didn't matter where we went. Didn't matter how, nobody was fighting. We never had any arguments, any fights. It was people from all sexuality types, all genders, all, whatever. And nobody had any issue with anybody.
I mean, I've been to 4 dungeon shows, and I can agree. Now, I will say there were some cities that was a little more
Bout it.
Yeah, they was with it. Like, I know that Texas side was just
Texas. Let's talk about Texas now. I was going to get to that. So, okay, so I was just saying that was the first dungeon that we did. So the ones that we did after that, they didn't have the out experiences out in the lobby, but it was still the experiences and the fun stuff on stage.
Yeah.
So, but what I was about to say was our show is very inclusive of the audience. So it's interactive. Right. We bring people up to play games and different things like that. So you never know when you're going to get called up. And mind you, we ask you for your permission to involve you, to touch you, or, so you
consent is very big at the show.
Is very big in the show. So anyway, in this particular show, we had this game. Delicious was my co-host. And we would throw the dice, and depending on what the dice landed on, similar to the bedroom candy dice that you all should own, one represents a body part, one represents an action. And so whatever it landed on, either they had to kiss the neck or kiss the breast or kiss the, or touch or hug or whatever. This particular time, we had a couple on stage. We had 3 couples. It's 3 couples. They all get to roll the dice, and we get to see whoever is about it the best is, the one who wins, and the crowd picks them. But this one couple, they just got butt naked on stage and literally was going to town. I was like, now mind you,
they was living a little exhibitionist dreams out.
What? I was sitting there like, Lord, please don't let me get locked up. But mind you, they were a married couple.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know they was a married couple, but they were a married couple. So what they chose to do in front of everybody, and mind you, we had like a few thousand people in the building.
Okay.
But I never saw a video of that out anywhere. Did you?
No.
Never.
No. And I don't think I've seen videos of anything beyond just like the stage performances. Like I wasn't really seeing, people really was respecting the privacy.
Which I loved. Like the other cool part was we encourage everybody to come dressed in your favorite dungeon costumes. So the costumes that people would wear, some of them would be so over the top, and we would give away a prize. What was it? $1,000?
$1,000.
It was $1,000.
You had a $1,000 one. I think it was another contest too that you gave something for.
Yeah.
That was a cash prize. But yeah.
Yeah. So every show, somebody was able to walk away just from being in the audience and take money home. But when I tell you, those costumes that they had would be so dope sometimes, and it was so exciting to see. But that couple was one, but it was another couple in Philly, I believe, where the girlfriend kept trying to pull her man's thing out on stage to give him it, and I could tell he wasn't ready. He kept like, but no, babe.
That's that example. That's that example of you. She told you she was a freak, and you ain't know that she was really a freak.
he was looking like, this ain't ready for everybody to see. I need a little moments.
I'm wondering, because a guy who's hung probably wouldn't have had that anxiety. But then also you got some people who's just performance anxiety. Like you got a whole lot of eyes on you. I hear that. She was like, I'm ready to win this contest.
Oh, she was with it. Do you understand me?
I used to love seeing the game you guys did with the money. The sticky.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah.
Now, I would ask people, did I have their permission to touch them? And they, it only was people who said yes.
Who said yes, yeah.
So I would rub honey on their body, and they would get in the money machine, and whatever money they got to stick to them, they were able to keep
it.
Yeah.
Now we have a honey at BK, y'all, too, by the way. Now this one is not to stick money to; it's to stick your tongue to. All right, but
you can do that too.
You can do, you can do a little something with it. So y'all check out our sweet spot honey flavor. But yeah, you used to, and you was not playing with that honey. It was like.
But I think that was part of the fun in it, right? Like some of the people wanted me to touch them.
Yeah.
I
didn't think anybody was looking hesitant when you would be like, do I have your, yes, 20 times over. They was like, yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yes, that's exactly how they were, yeah.
And it was kind of like crazy. Like I know there's going to be one of the experiences I think about when I get older. Like I literally was rubbing honey on the breast of people I have no idea of what their name was. Or, even with guys, rub their chest or whatever it was. Like, it was just interesting. But it was so fun. Like,
yes. It was a good time.
That's what I loved about it the most was that, people were able to be carefree. They didn't, they weren't being judged. You didn't have to participate in anything. You could just came to have fun and just watch
the show.
Yeah, enjoy the show. It wasn't any pressure from anybody to do anything. But I just love the fact that people of all walks of life could come to a place, have a good time, and there'd be no drama.
And that reminds, because if you think about it, that kind of was like a big example of modeling, like what technically Bedroom Kandi does. We go to people's homes, we exposing them to some stuff they might not necessarily be that used to. You got your people who's like this.
We have games.
Right? Yep. We have games at the parties, and then you're getting this experience. But then you got your more adventurous people who's swinging, they
want to turn up.
Right. And then you got the other ones who say nothing, but then they go to that order room.
Yeah.
And they like this. So
exactly.
it's I think the dungeon was so good at that. And I remember seeing, the restraints, people getting tied up, all kind of stuff, but
loved it.
Every time we leave a dungeon, the only question is, people are like, when we coming back?
Yeah, and it's so funny being on this Queens of R&B tour. Every time I go into the meet and greet, it's always a few people in there. It's like, when you bringing the dungeon back? Oh, I was at the dungeon. Here's our picture when we was at the dungeon. I come to everything. I want to come back to the dungeon. And we are in talks of possibly doing it again.
Y'all heard
still
it
figuring
first.
Still figuring it out. But that's really one of those things that it's just so much fun. Like you just want to.
And that's why we said at the beginning, we put the fun in funds, because while it's a profitable experience, it really was a good time. So, and I think that
for business, as it pertains to Bedroom Kandi, I always was able to incorporate, Bedroom Kandi products and some of the games. We had Bedroom Kandi consultants and the lobbies of every, performance, so that people could get the products or learn more about being a consultant or whatever they wanted to do. So it was opportunity for Bedroom Kandi at every dungeon.
Every single dungeon show, yes. I definitely have had a time or two at the dungeon. I sure did. We had a the last dungeon was definitely, I had a lot of fun in that show. Fun. But because we did all kind of stuff. Head giving contests.
Yes.
We had,
Now she has this demonstration that she does. Y'all, if she ever give another class, you have to take her class, okay? Just saying. We incorporated that into one of the fun moments of the show. Yeah.
And it was hilarious. And I think a lot of people, just the unexpectedness. And what I love the most about the dungeon is it tiptoes the line.
Yeah.
Like we really understand, help people understand, like, hey, these are the things that's possible. Now y'all could go home and y'all could cross the line. Yeah. But it definitely tiptoed the line. And I think it got there was some interesting personalities, people who I would have never expected to be like up there having, so I love that. So I want to, because we're about to bring somebody else over here to sit down with us. Okay. Because we've already talked about this person, but I think it's really important that everybody gets a chance to meet this person. Guys, one thing I love that you do, Kandi, is anything you're doing outside of Bedroom Kandi, you still find a way to plug back, right, your business opportunities, and especially BK, the Peach Social on the Housewives episode was one of the biggest ones. And it was really a huge part of showing people more of what the brand had to offer. Yeah. So I do have one question before I bring our next guest to sit down with us. Okay. Is how many people were surprised, like even your most immediate circles, when they came to that Peach Social and saw more than the toys? Like, because I feel like we had like 10 different rooms.
The people who really know me, are they really surprised at this point?
No, I don't think they surprised at any of that stuff.
I think But
like the Bath and Body stuff, because I felt like a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised when they find out that we have more than just adult toys. So I think a lot of people are still finding out about that. You know?
For sure.
And we have some of the best Bath and Body products around, period. So I think a lot of people are really starting to learn that. which is cool that, you know, it's still things for people to get to know about the brand, you know. But yeah, I mean, automatically people, I think more about the sexual
more
products.
More of the rooms were like other stuff than the toys that day. And in the spirit of that conversation, there are some Bath and Body products that we have, and I know one of them you've mentioned before, and I wanted you to see if you could just talk about it. I have it here. And this one, I know you know what that. Yeah, look, I didn't even get to turn the bottle around.
I be trying to tell people this hot cakes, honey. It makes your love below. Oh, well, actually, some people put it in other areas.
Other areas too. You can use it.
I put it down by the love below, but some people put it under their arm area, under their breasts.
Yes.
They put it in different areas, but it makes it smell like a cookie.
I love hot cakes. Like, literally, it doesn't taste like anything. So people, they talk about the senses, and a lot of people don't know that your sense of smell and your taste are connected. So you can smell something and lick at the same time, and your mind will be tricked into
thinking that it... Yeah.
Right. And so, funny thing is, when I first used hot cakes, I was engaged at the time, right? Ooh. And yeah, he gone. We got a new boo now, y'all. Now, but what it was so funny about it was, he used to think I was using hot cakes as like a signal to say I wanted head, right? And I was really just putting it on after my shower. Like you said, down there, I used it in the same area. And one day he was just like, why you don't just ask? And I was like, no, he didn't. Yeah, and I was like, ask what? And he was like you come in here smelling like, you know, this and that. And I felt like it was a hint. So I was like, is that why you've been giving me so much head?
Hey, I wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah, I wasn't about to stop you.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so you're right. It definitely does kind of attract that fragrance.
Hey,
down there. Yeah.
it gives the idea that they're eating dessert, basically.
But it's not designed for that, and that's where people, again, with the
and
misconception.
it's, you know, for those of you who have sensitive skin or sensitive, all of our products are hypoallergenic, right?
Hypoallergenic, and even some of them are vegan. Hotcakes being one of them. Yeah. So I always tell people, you know, you can also keep to your little diet. But hotcakes is actually designed to keep the bacteria from, you know, kind of antifungal bacteria, and also helps with that perspiration
and pH balance
all day.
It gives you all the rules on the bottle.
Yes, but for 12 hours, this thing will keep you fresh,
smelling good,
and smelling like cake. So that's one of the products. But I have a flower.
I need to say this one more time. It's not for when you're just having sex, y'all. Yes. You need to smell good every day. Okay. All right. Now go ahead.
But I have another flower, one of which you haven't had a chance to see yet because we decided to surprise. Oh, God. Now we know, obviously, as our company,
they surprised me at my own
stuff.
We
surprising today. We know as I found out she has a hand in everything, but we knew we were doing this, and we wanted to find a way to give you another special flower. So I've been kind of hiding it in this little peach buzz satin privacy pouch. And guys, like when you get a bedroom candy product, we spoke about quality. You're gonna get a sexy pouch to be able to carry this. And I have another flower, a new flower, that we are leaking. Okay, I might get in trouble for this. Okay, but I am leaking a new flower here at Bedroom Candy. Ooh, this is our new petal pleaser. And we already have we have another finger vibe. How do you feel about that?
Just so y'all know, if y'all be wondering, like, how can Kandi have a product she don't know about? I told you I have partners, Suki and Brun. And they begin with Suki over there and Brainchild and these new products. I don't know.
So in the spirit of giving you flowers, we was like, maybe she don't need to know about this flower yet. But I just want to know from you. You already cut it on and started interacting with it. Y'all can't even hear to this song. Can y'all hear it? It's too bad.
That thing is strong.
Whisper quiet. Yes. Yes. You found your setting?
All right, tell the people how many uses. What are you gonna do with this?
So this right here, guys.
Be honest.
It's a finger vibe, right? And if you look here in the center, it's kind of like a flower petal, right? Obviously designed for your other delicate flower, right? But with this, you can use it on the nipples. You can use it down below. It's got a good wide range coverage. So basically, anywhere you touch your partner, you can now vibrate, right? And what's different about this one from our Get in Touch, for example, which is designed with a little bit more of like a precision point. This has got that wide coverage. I don't know, this might be TMI, but I don't got one of them baby clitorises. We're not an Arby's roast beef sandwich, all the way, but we like right in the middle. So I be needing them toys to get in them cracks and crevices. So this is definitely one of those. And I'll tell you, I got some of the facts because I want to make sure, since it's a new one, I don't give you the exact wrong info. Okay. This particular one, right? There's 9 preset patterns in there. So there's different pulsation patterns. Obviously, it's wearable. It is splash proof, so it can get water on the surface of it. So that means when you splash, we still good. And then what we love is that with this particular one, it also, just like our rest of our products, we back it with warranty. But you can notice it's also no batteries. That's a rechargeable bad boy. But what I think this is the perfect thing, like for me, I'm a traveler, and I know you move around a lot. This right here could go in any bag. Like you can pop it in your little pouch. But I love that you can use it for you, but also I'm always thinking about how I could touch
somebody else. Always. Okay, so what you gonna do with it?
Now we know how you could touch a woman.
Tell the people what you're doing.
I would definitely take, let me get
I'm putting you on the spot. What you doing with it?
I'm taking this under the balls for sure. I definitely see this being a nice.
No, hold on. I see a guy back there shaking his head. When I tell you, no, you got to be open-minded. See, I have this conversation with men all the time because men automatically, we don't need those toys in the bedroom. Listen, guys. It is nothing like if your woman is giving you head and she takes this and sits it right underneath your balls. You are going to go crazy. Ain't nothing challenging your manhood because she's sitting it underneath the balls.
Honestly,
nobody said she had to stick it in nowhere. She's not sticking it in anything. It is not taking away your manhood. Understand, you are all men. Just let her try it one time.
Get them balls, please.
And I mean, really, that little area between the
perineum.
Tell you.
That's how you don't care.
You're going to thank me later.
Yes.
Just wait.
It has such, I was just feeling the texture of it. And this feels like if you put a little lube on this, it's going to feel like a super slippery tongue that got,
So check this out. Oh, I was thinking, sidebar. I was thinking about, at our last convention, when you were talking, you were doing the head class thing, right?
We did it.
And you were also talking to people about how adding a little lube to everything makes it better. Now, mind you, typically if I'm having sex, I don't really need lube right?
As much.
But I thought about what you said. I'm like, even when you just... Because I can't stand when a guy or anybody try to do a
2-finger rub.
Do this, a dry
Look
finger.
at her face. You could tell she really kissed.
Nope. But you put a little lube on
it. It felt different.
You was on to something.
It felt different. I think because that day I pre-gamed my throat.
Yeah. She said you're supposed to put a little lube in your mouth.
I take that flavored lube and I put a little bit in my mouth because usually you got to go down and gag to get like that good saliva. I got time. I'm trying to get straight to that. Yeah. So I go and take a little bit of that flavored lube. And as soon as I go on, that thing is guacking, okay, from the start to the end. But yeah, I can't stand that cotton mouth feel. So I use that, and sometimes one of our other ones.
It stopped you from being a hot tour girl.
I don't have to hot tour. That thing is already just regular in the back of my throat, right? And especially because the hot tour is a little like. For anybody who's like germy with stuff too.
Yeah, everybody don't like it.
Everybody don't like it, yeah. But with the lube, it's water-based, it's flavored, so you make them taste like a little something. And I just realized the taste alone made me a little bit more ambitious.
Yeah.
So
that was a good tip.
Yes. Pro tip. So pedal pleaser is one of the products that is going to be available very soon. By the time you guys get to hear about it, you'll be able to, y'all just grab these because this right here is going to fly. But we wanted to make sure, because we got plenty of flowers over here. We got our flower bomb and all that type of stuff. But I want to kind of move into some of our other products that we have. And
sorry. Are you putting that on the inside too, or are you just on the outside of that?
We got to play with this.
Not we.
Not we got to play with it, but we got to play.
I don't want people getting the wrong idea.
People thinking that, right. So,
people be thinking it. They be thinking that I'm like going
out
around
here
picking up women everywhere.
No. What you got to understand is we have these conversations openly because that's what we do. But for me, I love to just play around with the toys and figure out how many different ways or how many things I can get out of it. I'm curious about whether this could serve an internal purpose because I would love to see how my, we got to figure that out. But I definitely see it, like I said, clitoral. I definitely see this under the balls, in the perineum and whatnot. I can see it on the nipples. So we're going to start there and then we're going to see where else it goes because this vibration is, for it to be this small, this baby packs punch from the beginning. So if you're one of those people who can't take a lot, you might need to go get one of our less intense vibrators because this ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it. But okay, so we got a lot of toys that we want to talk about. But in order to do that, I feel wrong even talking about toys any further without bringing in your partner and one of our biggest masterminds on that. So give us 2 seconds to come back because we want to bring you a little bit more about these vibrations.